I'm going to make a brief video about getting to the root of your thinking processes. A lot of us fall into bad habits and behaviors that need to be simply broken, and we need to unlearn and rethink and renew our minds and come up with new ways of doing things, and that takes time and consistency. I think one major component that a lot of people are missing is that sometimes we make bad decisions over and over and over, and it's like, why can't I get over this? Why do I keep making this bad decision? Why am I not planning ahead? Why am I not being proactive? Why do I keep making excuses to not stay on track with my nutrition? You go to bed at night thinking tomorrow's going to be a new day, I'm going to make better decisions, plain and simple, and then when it comes the moment that you have to make a decision, you have a totally different dialogue in your head. You know, it's like the angel and the devil on your shoulders, and those bad voices come out and they give you all the excuses in the world, and then you just fall for the same unhealthy, unhelpful patterns day in and day out. How do you break through that? There are a lot of different ways to break through that and components, but the one I want to talk about today is your inner dialogue, and I do have other videos about this, but maybe not said in this specific way. I had a conversation with a client kind of about, you know, it started out with like, I'm feeling kind of hopeless. It's already almost been 90 days and not much has changed. And then I pointed out that like, there is definitely hope. The issue is that you haven't been consistent. Week after week after week, there's been, you know, missed calls, which is less accountability, traveling and staying extra busy, which makes it not as easy, because when you are making dramatic lifestyle changes and you're trying to stick to a certain way of eating, traveling and being out and about just adds another layer of complexity to it. Not saying that you can't do it while you're traveling, but it does require more determination and more discipline and more planning. And so I said, let's identify what's really happening here. One, part of it was just not being proactive enough, because when people are traveling and out and about, that is something you have to think ahead to be prepared. So, you know, when your colleague wants to go out to Panera and there are not many options for you, you should have thought ahead at least 24 hours in advance and thought, okay, I'm going to get burger patties, I'm going to bring my own food, I'm going to bring some jerky in a car, get some hard-boiled eggs. Like, have a plan, think ahead. Failing to plan is planning to fail in a lot of scenarios. Another issue was worrying about what other people think. You know, when you are going out to eat with, say, a client, someone that you're, you know, trying to have good rapport with, or maybe it's just a group of people where you don't want to be the center of attention. You don't want to have to face the questions of, why are you not eating this? And why are you eating that? What's going on? Why are you different? Maybe you just don't want to deal with those questions. I understand that. I don't always want people in my business. But the truth is, you don't have to give them a million details. You can just leave it plain and simple by saying, I feel better when I eat this. Or you can say, I don't feel great when I eat that. That's it. You do not need to give them any more details than that. So, you know, I want you guys to be playing out these scenarios in your head so that when you're faced with it, you actually know how to respond, instead of, you know, deer in headlights. I'll just eat what they're eating and figure it out tomorrow. It's so easy to do that, but we can keep making those excuses day in and day out. And I'm using these examples not to, you know, pluck out this one conversation I had and put them in the spotlight. I don't even know if they'll see this video, because honestly, this conversation has been had with so many clients. It's a very common thing. And so I'm making a video out of it to benefit others, because it's common. We all go through this. Another issue was just the inner dialogue of, you know, well, I was on track yesterday, so now I'm allowed to go off track a little bit today. Or, well, I've been super consistent for 6 days of the week, so on the weekend, I'm just going to eat whatever I want. This type of thinking is self-sabotaging. There is a root. You know, why do you feel that you need to rebel? So like with a different client, completely different person that I'm thinking of right now, they definitely have like a childhood of maybe being controlled and wanting to rebel. And so that's what they do in terms of nutrition. If someone or me, their coach, says, hey, you should really focus on these foods and stay away from these other ones, their instinct is to eat the things they were told are not good for them, just because that's what it looks like to rebel and to say, I make my own decisions. No one tells me what to do. I can do what I want. And this person is like a kindred spirit, a really good friend to me. And we both observed this behavior, and she's completely honest and transparent about it. Like, it's just me rebelling again. I don't know why I do that. It goes all the way back to her childhood. And that's what we've been praying through. And there has been deliverance and prayer, and God is just peeling back the layers for more healing. Inner healing, and that's a root. And so I want us to all get to our roots, why we do what we do. If there is an area in your life where you are continually over and over making the same decisions that you regret, then I want you to realize that there's a root, and it needs to be unrooted and brought into the light and dealt with. And the Lord will help you with that, the Holy Spirit. We have a counselor who is the Holy Spirit. I'm also happy to help you with that. Honey. Hi, David. Hi. So that's what this video is about, is if you have behaviors that you keep falling into, get to the root. It's hard to get away from those with just white knuckling and your willpower. You have to understand why we do what we do and take baby steps. And so I just wanted to share that because we have all been there, and many of us are still in there and working through it. And you're not alone, but you're also not stuck, and you are never hopeless. There's always hope. All right, bud. All right. We're okay.